Just record for me.
All right, so we're out here at Miss Doolittle's property. We're going to do a repair assessment here. Obviously, a increased shingle. You can see it creasing right there. We have multiple tools that we're going to use to get this taken out and pulled back in. Obviously, everybody likes to see the roof snake, but the roof snake's got a very fat tipped head, and so that's going to cause more damage trying to unseal this. We can prove it with one shingle. What we'll do is we'll grab the roof snake and show you just how big that is. And we'll do that one time to show you here. So you can see the tip of the roof snake is very fat in comparison to a flat tool to use to unseal the shingles. Usually, most roofers will just use a flat bar, which is what I usually use. But in this case, to prove that we're trying to do this as best as possible, we're going to show you what it's like with this first. And so here, you can see, as I go under it, it automatically starts to lift it up really, really high. So that's going to cause already there issues. And so, matter of fact, as you can see right there, it just ripped that shingle trying to do it with this one piece. If you can get in real close right there, you've got severe mat transfer just trying to use the roof snake one time. So we're not going to use that. We're going to use a flat tool, which is more commonly used to try to unseal the shingle without causing any damage. Let's unseal it down here from the knee. So the edge of the shingle's here, the other edge of the shingle's here. So we have to Is that the edge of the shingle there? Yeah, it is. Okay, just making sure. I can see it over there for a second. We have to go 2 rows up because the fasteners are directly underneath the sealant strip on the row above it, but it's also tacked in on the sealant strip to the 2 shingles above it into the back side. So we have to unseal these up here as well. All right, so now we have it unsealed. The only area that I would assume would probably have damage right now is right there. Obviously, you can see that. So we're going to take a piece of chalk. I don't know what big chalk. Here it is. I'm going to mark right here, which shows that we have mat transfer right there to shingle 4. Shingle 4 has already caused damage. And we're just going to inspect the rest of these here to make sure that there's no additional tearing. There's another tear right there, actually. But that's where we were using the roof snake. As you can see, the only area that has damage was the area used by the roof snake, which is why we didn't use that. So this specific area right here using the roof snake caused damage. There's no other damage that happened to it during the unsealing process. So now we're going to remove the fasteners, and there's fasteners. Should be fasteners. There it is. First, we're going to take a look at these before I continue to do that. We're going to see if they're, you can see here, the nails are driven flush. So it's not overdriven, it's not underdriven. There's no, misapplication of the fasteners. We'll look at another layer here. As you can see, it's flush there. It's a little higher here, but not in the right spot, but they're not overdriven, they're flush. So overdriven nails are not going to be the issue here during this process. So just wanted to, and as you can see, it's already pulling through. So as I'm going to do this, it's going to start pulling through. We're going to have nail pull through. So as you can see, I don't know if you can see that pretty clearly right there, but I can't get to that nail without this pulling up. So there we go. I'm only lifting the shingle up high enough to get it out. I'm not causing any creasing to do this. The first row of fasteners out. We got to get 1 layer up here. fasteners are out, the shingle should come out very simply. Where am I leaving it over here? See, we had one here, 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 in the top. We got all those out. What it was it was sealed down on the backside there, so we won't be able to get it out. So now that we have it out, we'll take a look here again. As you can see right here, there's mat transfer. So shingle 1's actually got damage to it. So shingle 1 is damaged and shingle 4 is damaged so far. I'm gonna just check again one more time, make sure there's no mat transfer on the bottom side of these. I can't lift these up high enough to really see if there's mat transfer on these, so because we don't want to cause unintentional creasing for any reason. There's actually some right there on shingle 8. I'll lift it up high enough just so you can see that there's material right there, material transfer right there. All right, so far we don't have any creasing going on. I'll do a little test swipe here. As you can see, no granules are coming off. Test swipe here, no granules coming off. Test swipe on these, not many granules coming off, just from, altering the shingles. Now that we have the shingle out and we've assessed that there are damages to shingles 8, 1, and 4, we're gonna go ahead and put the shingle back in its place. Now, we're again gonna have to assess the idea of using the roof snake, which is what everybody likes to use. The problem with the roof snake is, once we put this nail in here first, it's not gonna be at a straight angle. So, as you can see, it has to be fastened straight down. And to fasten it straight down, I'm gonna have to hold this up. It's not gonna work the way that it is intended to, like that. So we can try it here. We'll do it with this first one, just to show. See, messed up that nail. Trying to hold it the way that this is intended to use causes damage to the nails. We'll do it the other way. The other way is to rest it on this, like so. Again, not gonna do it. Now, if it did work and if it was gonna work the way it was supposed to, and I'll use one more nail to show you, is that if we did it the other way, once we get it down, the problem then becomes, now you see here on the bottom of this, it is on top of this shingle. So if I hammer this anymore, I'm hammering into the shingle below it. So all this is doing is hammering down into the shingle below it, which is gonna cause an indentation and additional damages. So the roof snake itself is not gonna work. And we need to drive it at a straight angle. So we have to lift this up high enough to drive them down properly. And as you can see, it's driven down flush and flat, not overdriven. So the roof snake does not work for roofing repairs as advertised. As you can see now, I'm using the 2 nails. Those last 2 nails we used were the ones that we were using with the roof snake that they caused damage. Now I have it flat. You can see the nails going in a flush fashion, the way it's supposed to. And I'm only lifting up the shingle high enough to drive it in. There's no issues. Not overdriven, flush. We got 3 more fasteners to install here. now we have everything back in place. We're gonna do another swipe over. As you've seen before when we were swiping it, no granules were coming off. So I'm gonna do it again here and here. No granules, no creasing. None of that is happening in these areas. And I'm swiping pretty heavily on these areas outside of the test, right? Like I'm actually going in and there's nothing coming off. So now I'm gonna do a light swipe over the areas that we were just messing with here. You can see lots of granules are coming off. Matter of fact, there's a crease right there. Right there's an area that was not there before is a crease. One, so next shingle that is damaged is shingle 7. One crease right here. Nothing coming off of that one. This one here won't matter. So we have damage to shingle 8, shingle 7, shingle 4, and shingle 1 just from the process of repairs during the removing of the fasteners, during the unsealing. You can see there's mat transfer there. There is mat transfer there. There is, what was it we had on this one here?
Crease.
Was it the crease? I can't remember what it was. I know it's back in the video. No, it was mat transfer on the underside here. I feel it.
Yeah.
So there's mat transfer here on this one to the overlying shingle. You can see it right there. So we have mat transfer, mat transfer, mat transfer. And then on shingle 7, we were right here. We show you this area right here that was not there before. As you saw, I'm doing the same sweeping motion here. Nothing is coming off on these. But I do a lighter sweeping motion here, and now we have a crease that wasn't there before. So all in all, we have those shingle put back in its place. The process of repairs caused damage to 1, 2, 3, 4 additional shingles in the process of trying to replace one. So this is not a feasible process that would bring this roof back to pre-loss condition. So we'll get everything photographed and send it all over to you in a photo report and a link to this video.